What's happening, guys? Today I want to talk about powerlifting meets, and more specifically, one of the bigger mistakes that I see that absolutely kills people's totals. Stay tuned. Alright guys, I want to talk about something that isn't frequently talked about, discussed, or even thought of, but I think can make a big difference in your overall total when it comes to a powerlifting meet. Now there's a lot of things that factor into poor performance, and there's a lot of things that people typically do wrong, and one of the more common things that we hear or see is people opening too heavy. Now this is a very common problem, but that's not what I want to talk about today. This is a little lesser known, lesser thought of problem, and that is the third squat attempt. I really truly feel like this is the most important attempt out of all 9 attempts in a powerlifting meet. And it just, if you don't play it wisely, it can really end up killing you. So I mean, obviously we want to get as big of a total as possible, all right? That's the point of a powerlifting meet. We want to hit PRs, we want to hit big numbers, we want to get every last pound or kilogram that we can out of a meet. However, if you're too aggressive with a third attempt on squat, it can really kill your overall total. Not only for potentially missing a lift on squats, but you have to factor in the entire meet. So you think about it this way. Let's say you go to do your third attempt and you pick the absolute perfect number in terms of how much weight you can lift and not a pound more. I mean, let's just say you picked a weight that you grinded through and it was super tough and you got there and you locked it out. You didn't even have a half pound more into you. That's the perfect weight, right? No, no, it's not. It is not the perfect weight. I really truly believe that you want to leave a little bit in the tank on your last squat. Because let's just say, for instance, you do grind it out and you get that squat. You have like a 4 or 5 second lift and you grind like crazy and you get it. You're pumped, you're proud, you have a super high moment. But what happens to you? You absolutely get smoked. You are absolutely tanked now, and you still have 3 bench and 3 deadlift to go through. So I mean, how often do you see this happen where somebody grinds through a third squat and then they get to their deadlift and all of a sudden their opener is really heavy, and then like they get to their second attempt and they can't even get it off the floor because they're absolutely wiped because of that third squat attempt. So you really have to be careful with that attempt. You don't necessarily want to go for every last little pound that you have, and you always have to remember that while it's good to hit PRs and we certainly want to do that, you got to be smart and you got to take what's there on that day. You can't just go out there and just say, I want these numbers, I don't care if I hit it or not, I need to get it. Like, if you really want the best total possible, you have to think about the entire meet and not just individual lifts. I mean, I see this not only at a meet, but in YouTube comments and everything else. People will hit a nice third attempt, you know, it'll go up pretty smoothly. People will go, oh man, you should have done more, you had more in you. Oh man, why didn't you do more? Like, you know what? Like, that's good, that's what you want. A nice, smooth, but challenging third attempt squat, to me, is pretty much perfect. So, I mean, even if you get to the end, I mean, if you miss a lift, obviously you're gonna be smoked. If you get to the third attempt and you hit it, but it's a grinder, it's gonna fatigue you. So, you know what? Like, is getting an extra 2.5 kilograms on your squat or an extra 5 kilograms on your squat really worth it if you're gonna, you know, miss 5 kilograms later on your bench, and then you're gonna miss like 10, 15, 20, 25 kilograms on your deadlift later? Like, it's just not worth it. So be smart about it, you know? Go for something that's challenging, but at the same time, you know you can hit it. It's something that's not going to completely wipe you out. Just something to keep in mind. I mean, it really depends on your goals and why you're doing a meet and everything. Like, if you're going to a meet and you don't care about anything else and all you want to do is get a squat PR, or all you care about is breaking some record on squat, I mean, then sure, go out there and try to hit it if you really don't care about your total. Because, I mean, obviously at the end of the day, that's typically what we're trying to do, is get our best total. But, you know, everyone's got different goals and different reasons for doing what they do. So I mean, if the squat is the lift that you want to hit that day for whatever reason, and you truly don't care about anything else, fine. But if your overall total is what you're really concerned about, it's probably a good idea to be a little bit more conservative with your third attempt on squat. Just something to think about.
I'm addicted to the love that you're giving. Every minute, every day I've been craving.